Hello everyone, welcome to Healthy Wednesday. I'm so happy to have you here today. Thank you so much for always coming back. I love you with your real MVP. Thank you so much. So today we're going to be talking about something different, not really different, but pertaining our emotional and mental health. Today we're going to be talking about anxiety disorder. I know you'll be wondering, yes, anxiety could be a disorder. Actually, in Nigeria, every year we have more than 1 million cases of anxiety disorder. And you're wondering why? But anxiety is a normal, yes, anxiety is a normal feeling. But anxiety disorder is a mental disorder. It is more than just the temporary and normal emotion of worry. You feel anxiety, maybe you want to write an exam, or you're about to enter the labor room, or you're about to try out something new, or you're about to do something. Like, we feel anxiety normally, but when it becomes outrageous, when it comes out of the blues, when it becomes consistent, then it becomes a mental disorder. It's characterized by a feeling of worry or fear, and this kind of worry or fear, it's strong enough to interfere with your daily activities. Now, we have different types of disorder. We have the generalized anxiety disorder. This one is excessive worry and tension over little things, sometimes over no reason. You just have excessive tension and worry. The next one I'm going to talk about is panic disorder. This one is just intense fear. Could result in excessive sweating. You just discover that you're sweating when you have this intense fear, or you discover that you're having a chest pain. Now, it could feel as if you're choking or you're having a heart attack. This is a type of anxiety disorder, and it is known as the panic disorder. The other I'll just classify others as social anxiety disorder and specific phobias. Like we have phobia of heights, phobia of people, fear of people, fear of heights, fear of water, fear of lights, fear of colors, fear of some foods, just different kinds of fear, different kinds of phobias could get to a point when it becomes a disorder. Then the social anxiety disorder is worry about every social situation. You just worried about every social situation. Now, there are signs that you will see and you would know that, oh, I'm going through this phase. Now, the main sign of anxiety disorder is worry or fear, unnecessary worry or fear. Remember, I said anxiety could be a normal thing, but unnecessary worry or fear is a sign of anxiety disorder. Another thing is difficulty in breathing. Like, you worry so much to the point that you cannot breathe. I mean, that's something, right? So that is a kind or a sign that you're undergoing anxiety disorder. Another one is inability to concentrate or stay still. You find it very difficult to stay in a place, to sit one place. You find it difficult to concentrate at what you're doing, what you're reading, what somebody's saying, what you're supposed to be doing, where you're going to. You just find it difficult to fix your mind at something, and you also find it difficult to stay one place. Then it could be at risk of anxiety disorder. Another one is inability to sleep. When it's time to sleep, you're just worried. And the funny thing is, you don't even know why you're worried. You're just worried. You can't sleep. You're just so scared. Like, I don't know if maybe you're feeling, will I wake up, or will I sleep well, or something. That's a sign that you are undergoing anxiety disorder. Now, before I talk about the treatment, I would like to talk about the causes of anxiety disorder. Some anxiety disorder are because of genetics. Yes, anxiety disorder can flow in the family. A mother can suffer from anxiety disorder and transfer it to her daughter or her son. Same with the father, it can flow in the family. Another thing is environmental stress. What do I mean by environmental stress? Maybe you pass through abuse as a child, or you pass through abuse at one point in your life. That's environmental. Or maybe you experienced the death of a loved one, or you lost a loved one. Or that's environmental stress. Or maybe you experienced violence firsthand, even if you were not the one that was violated. Maybe you experience your mother being violated or your father. You experience violence firsthand. It's an environmental stress, and it can put such a person in the situation of anxiety disorder. I've already spoken about childhood. Maybe you had a rough childhood, even if it's not abuse, but maybe you had a rough childhood. It's also environmental stress. Another one is brain chemistry. Now, this one is totally not your fault. The circuits that's supposed to control fear and emotion in the brain might be faulty. Now, it's not generally your fault, but this could cause anxiety disorder. Another one is drug abuse. Some people just abuse drugs, and it's really common in where we find ourselves. For example, you passing through a particular symptom, and because your friend the past week had something close, something similar, and the person took paracetamol, then you're like, oh yeah, I'm passing through exactly the same thing, or something close to it, so paracetamol should work. No, that's drug abuse. And when you abuse drugs too much, you expose yourself to anxiety disorder, among many other things you expose yourself to. Now, the next one is some medical conditions, like medical conditions that related to heart, lung, and the thyroid gland. They could cause anxiety disorder. Then the last one is low self-esteem. You just don't think well of yourself. You just put yourself so low. And sometimes low self-esteem happens because of what people say to us, how people act, how people behave, where we grew up, what we were told as children, what our parents told us, the insults that were hauled on us by parents, by people we loved. But come off it. Don't allow yourself to be drowned in low self-esteem, because it exposes you to so many things, and anxiety disorder is one of them. Now, quickly to the treatment of anxiety disorder. The first one is psychotherapy. Actually, okay, let me just put it out that there is no medication that treats anxiety disorder, but we have medications that suppress the symptoms of anxiety disorder, medications like antidepressants. So the first treatment I'm going to talk about is psychotherapy. That's talk therapy. Talk to the person. Maybe you tell the person how to use affirmations. When these negative thoughts come, you use this positive thought or this positive talk to counter it. You meet the person's specific anxiety and fear condition. Let me put it like that. That particular thing that is affecting the person, you meet the person's particular need. Under this talk therapy, we have something we call CBT. Now, the CBT helps to teach different ways to react and behave towards anxiety producing situations. Different ways the person is supposed to react and behave. It's under the talk therapy. Now, and quickly, I'll go back to medications. Like I said, there are no medications to cure anxiety disorder, but there are medications to suppress anxiety, the symptoms of anxiety disorder. And we have antidepressants, we have beta blockers, we have buspirone, and so many others. Then another thing, cut down on foods that contain caffeine, soda, Coca-Cola, everything from the Coca-Cola company, coffee, tea, energy drinks, chocolates. Cut them down. If you notice you are undergoing anxiety disorder, it is not the time to be taking in caffeine. It is not the time. Another one is stay away from alcohol. I don't want to believe that anybody watching me right now still sticks to alcohol, but please, if you still do, stay away from alcohol. It's terrible. Another one, eat right and exercise. You exercises that help you is jogging and biking, like riding a bike. Eat right and exercise. Eat early too, and don't eat outrageous quantities. Like eat responsibly, if I'm to put it that way. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is get a good sleep. Learn to relax. Learn to don't carry the world on your chest. Yes, learn to relax and get a good sleep. I hope this was helpful to someone out there. Remember to drop your comments, like, and share. I love you, and see you on Friday.